The following message is being transmitted at the request of the South Carolina Emergency Management Division. At approximately 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a series of meteorites struck the Myrtle Beach area. This has caused significant damage to the area. The number of casualties and missing persons is currently unknown. Residents close to the coastline should evacuate inland and to higher ground in case of a tsunami warning. If you have structural damage to your home, it is recommended that you evacuate immediately. The South Carolina Emergency Management Division is setting up shelters in conjunction with the Horry County Office of Emergency Management. All residents are advised to have a battery-powered radio with them at all times to receive information as it becomes available. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this developing situation. A tsunami warning is now in effect, which includes the Atlantic coastline from the Maine Canada border to the Chesapeake Bay at Cape Charles, Virginia, the Chesapeake Bay at Virginia Beach to the Card Sound in Florida, and the Florida Keys. If you are located in this coastal area, move inland to higher ground. A tsunami warnings mean that a tsunami with significant inundation is possible, or is already occurring. Tsunamis are a series of waves dangerous many hours after initial arrival time. The first wave may not be the largest. At 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, meteorites impacted the Myrtle Beach area. The impact from these meteorites have generated tsunami waves. The tsunami warning will remain in effect until further notice.
Text from Mom. Turn on the news. Myrtle Beach was destroyed by an asteroid. We are now getting word that the death toll is in the tens of thousands and is continuing to rise. The damage is catastrophic, and you can hardly recognize anything. The only words I can use to describe what I'm seeing is it looks like a war zone.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. Please stand by for an important message.
Good evening. I am speaking on behalf of the President of the United States. I will not take any questions. At 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Myrtle Beach area was destroyed by a series of meteorites. These meteorites struck quickly and bypassed our early warning systems. Our scientific community began looking into space immediately, and we found that we missed something. An unknown asteroid appeared in our scopes tonight. It appears this asteroid may have come from a different part of our galaxy. The asteroid is now being called Eros, after a Greek goddess of chaos. Eros is 7 miles wide. In 4 short days, the asteroid will be on our front doorstep. The estimated trajectory puts it in the Pacific Ocean, and this will still cause an extinction-level event. We have plans in place for this type of event, but if they should fail, you must be prepared as well. If you have an underground shelter, now is the time to prepare it. The dust kicked up by the impact will block out the sun for years, and we will not be able to breathe the air for up to 6 months if we are outside. Your local and state officials are preparing to handle this event. Follow their guidance. Godspeed, and may we all get through this.
That was a message from a representative of the President of the United States. Follow all local and state guidelines during this emergency.
If you are just joining us, we are following several stories out of our sister stations tonight. Mass looting and riots have broken out across the United States tonight, as people prepare for Eros to strike the planet. With 48 hours to go, the United States has worked with other world governments to divert the asteroid. We are
Please stand by for an important message. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. Attempts to divert or destroy Eros have failed. The asteroid is split into 4 pieces that are still on a course for Earth. Preparations must be rushed to completion. A curfew is in effect at 9 p.m. tonight. All residents are required to be home at this time. As the asteroid gets closer, smaller fragments may impact the planet. A shelter-in-place warning has been issued for the entire United States. All residents must take the following actions. Get to an underground shelter. If one is not available, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Lock all doors and windows. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. Charge all portable electrical devices, and have a battery-powered radio with you at all times. More information will become available as the asteroid moves closer to Earth. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this developing situation.
Text from Mom. The sky is falling. We're all gonna die.
This is an emergency alert. Small molten debris expected to fall in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, and Toronto, Canada. Seek shelter immediately. Do not stand in the open. This is an emergency situation. Seek shelter immediately. This is an emergency alert. Small molten debris.
This is an emergency alert. Small molten debris expected to fall in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, and Toronto, Canada. Seek shelter immediately. Do not stand in the open. This is an emergency situation. Seek shelter immediately. This is an emergency alert. Small molten debris expected to fall in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, and Toronto, Canada. Seek shelter immediately. Do not stand in the open. This is an emergency situation. Seek shelter immediately.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. A fragment has impacted the New York, Pennsylvania area, and molten debris has impacted parts of Ohio, Michigan, and Toronto, Canada. There is catastrophic destruction to the region. The fragment was estimated to be 1.5 miles wide. The other 3 fragments are projected to hit the Pacific Ocean tomorrow. If any resident has survived the impact in the Northeast, they should evacuate to a safe zone. Earthquakes and aftershocks may continue for weeks or months. Residents should be on the lookout for downed power lines, sinkholes in the ground, and other hazardous conditions such as fire, poisonous smoke, and structural damage. The United States government is doing all it can to get to residents in the Northeast affected by the impact of this fragment, but it could be months before they get to you. It is recommended that you evacuate if you are able to do so to ensure your survival. A tsunami warning is now in effect, which includes all states and coastlines on the Pacific Ocean. This includes the following states: Alaska, California, Hawaii, Oregon, and Washington. If you are located in this area, move inland to higher ground. A tsunami warning means that a tsunami with significant inundation is possible, or is already occurring. Tsunamis are a series of waves dangerous many hours after initial arrival time. The first wave may not be the largest. Fragments from Eros are expected to impact approximately 300 miles southwest of Hawaii within the next hour. All inland residents of the continental United States should be in their shelters at this time. Tsunami waves may reach up to 1,000 feet or higher. It is recommended that you evacuate 200 miles inland. Any resident caught near these tsunamis will face certain death.